Hello, Mustafa.
Hello. Hello,
Nice,
Yuri.
nice to meet you. Nice to see you. And
Nice to meet you
our
too.
our honored guest today
I'm
is.
fine, thank you. What about you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good, lovely.
Our honored guest is Mustafa Koksal. This is. I hope I pronounce your surname well. Yeah.
Yeah, it is correct. Yes,
Yes. And Mustafa, can you tell us something little bit about yourself? What do you do professionally?
professionally. Well, I'm from Turkey, I must say. I live in Eskişehir. Eskişehir is in central Turkey, between Ankara and Istanbul. So the location is very nice. You can reach anywhere of Turkey from here. And I'm a teacher of English. I have been teaching English for 42 years. Actually, I graduated from university in 1978, and I am the owner of Önderdil Language School, and I'm the manager as well. So we are dealing with language studies,
Mm-hmm.
not only English, but also German, French, Italian, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, Arabic, and Turkish to foreigners.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a language school and I employ 8 foreign teachers from all over the world,
Mm-hmm.
from United States, Canada, Australia, England, Scotland, Ireland, and African countries,
Mm-hmm.
and from Balkanic countries, Czechia, Romania, uh, Poland,
Mm-hmm.
from different countries,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, or UNICEF. And I employ about 25 Turkish teachers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my school is located in the center of Eskişehir.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Eskişehir is a very, you have been to Eskişehir, so, it is a nice city, quiet city. And probably in the 20 or something in all over the world, the peaceful city,
Yes, yes, yes.
Drang.
Old city as well.
Yeah, old city. Yeah, translation is also old city.
Mustafa, I have three questions for you, three
Yes,
additional
please.
questions. First of all, do you remember the time when you started teaching English? Why did you start teaching?
Well, it is a good question. Um well, I studied university in English department, so it was a teachers training college. And after graduation, I taught in state school for 2 years. The school where actually I graduated 3 years ago, and then I was teacher there in the same school, in my school, Atatürk Akşam Lisesi, and 5 years in People Educational Center I taught. And then, with my encouragement of my wife, and I opened my own school. I worked also in some private schools meanwhile, but my wife encouraged me, come on, you must have your own business and so on. So when I first established this Önder language school, I had a car in those days in 1978, the establishment year. I had a car, brand new car, and I used just 2 minutes. And then I sold it, and it was the half of the cost of Önder did, and the rest of the half I paid, monthly payments in 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
So this is short story of Önder did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it was, yeah, in 1987 and
Mm-hmm.
in 1990,
Mm-hmm.
I so I am the owner, and then from that time uh, we of course enlarged the schools, we opened other schools, etc. So this is the short,
Mm-hmm.
story of Önderdir.
What about your future plans? Do you have any challenges before you, or would you like to uh, plan anything special in the future?
Well, let me say something about the past things about, uh, and that it was in just in a business center on just one floor, the sixth floor, and I enlarged it to the seventh floor, fifth floor, third floor, first floor, and so there was just two classrooms, and then in a short time, it was 18 classrooms. And then later on, of course, if you do a good job, so you increase the students, the number of students, of course. And in time, 18 classrooms, in just a very short time. And then I moved to another building, completely, not business center, but complete building. And then I instructed my own building 2 years later in the city center. And it was not enough again. And so I purchased another language school and I changed its name and it was the second branch. And it was not enough. I was not happy. And then I opened another supplementary high school and I taught there not all the subjects, mathematics, physics, geography, history, etc., chemistry, everything. Uh, and it was not enough, and I opened another supplementary secondary school. And I was not satisfied, and there was I opened a supplementary medical faculty school. I mean, the medical doctors who would like to specialize in a subject, they were going to have an exam. So we prepared them for this exam, and I employed several professors from all over Turkey. So about maybe more than 10 years, we have such a teaching. And I had in other language schools in Kütahya, the other city, very 75 kilometers to Eskişehir. So we became bigger and bigger every year. So the total staff increased 100. So these were all good achievements in the past. And if you do good quality job, so this is a natural, achievements. Well, this is my philosophy when I employ a teacher. The service sector, the crucial thing is the quality of the teacher. Well, I emphasize on the expert of the teacher at this subject. If he or she is an English teacher, so he or she must be very good at English, grammar, all four skills, and but more than that, more important than that, teaching ability, the transference of the knowledge. In my opinion, a teacher is the one not who knows everything at the subject, but who is the best able to transfer what he knows. Understand?
Yes, yes.
Not the I don't want a teacher that he knows everything at the subject, but the more important thing is the ability to transfer what he knows. The third, another one is the relationship with students. If the student is kid, relationship with the parents, and relationship with the colleagues, relationship with the management. So it is also another essential thing, because the atmosphere must be very good. You remember, uh, uh, the school atmosphere is very crucial. They must feel they will come to the school. We have a saying in Turkish, by running, not not willingness must be. So this creation of such an atmosphere is we can do like this. So we are in such a position, and we had several collaborations with different, for instance, in United States of America, Oklahoma State University, we had a collaboration. In Malaysia, with three universities, I had collaboration. and again in United States with two secondary schools I had collaboration in the past. So these were good achievements in the past. Now, yes, now because of the pandemic, because of the pandemic, it is something, something is changing. Uh, so digital teaching, I mean, teaching by internet will become a very important instrument in education. So I am planning and thinking to do something at this. But of course, face-to-face study is also keeps, importance. Touching the student, seeing face-to-face, seeing eyes, and you know, this is something different. But uh, because of the pandemics, so we are having a new approach in education. For the last 2 years almost, all over the world, all the educations, including primary schools, secondary schools, universities, and they are all now distance education. Distance education is not new. Well, in the past, we had, different distance education. For instance, open universities or correspondence universities. It was called in the old times, but it is not new. But now it is converted into a new shape, a new style, and many devices as well. So, well, I have such a thing, yes, I would say.
I would like to ask you the about your hobbies. Do you have still time for hobbies in your life?
I don't know. You were aware when you were here in Eskişehir. I was a sportsman. Did you know about it?
Yes, yes. I saw some post on Facebook.
Fencer. I was
Yes, yes.
fencer.
Fencer.
In French language, it is called escrime, l'escrime. I was fencer. I was champion of Turkey in 1974. I was the third in 1972. And I represented my country in the World Championship in 1974. And I went to Beirut, the capital city of Lebanon, and I was seventh there. And 75, I joined two Balkanic championships, and we became the second in Balkanic tournament, Balkanic championship in Belgrade, the ex-capital of Yugoslavia. It was 1975, so the Yugoslavia was a compact country at that time. And later on, when, I am professionally a teacher of English, but I did my postgraduate study in Britain, in Wales, on business administration. And while doing study, I was a teacher of English, but I did on business administration postgraduate. So it was difficult for me. I studied hard, and my wife was with me, but I was very tired. And then in the night, I usually went out, in the street, just walk and get fresh air. And then I remembered, come on, what are you doing? You are a sportsman. And morning, I went to the university. Do you have fencing activities? Yes, we do. Where? Blah, 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 the building. I directly went there. I opened the door. Oh my God. I saw my ex-love, it was fantastic. And then the youngs were, playing in the gymnasium. And then one coach approached me. Yes, please, can I help you? Yes, well, I can do something. Are you? Yes, okay. And then okay, let's see. And I had we say comba, just a trial, trial competition.
Yes, yes.
I did with one sportsman. The coach said, well, we can have you in our team. And then we have actually three branches in fencing: foil, epee, and sword. And I was, of course, foil fencer, but I have enough some abilities or experiences in all of them. And I did, okay, we can do sword as well. He called another sportsman, and then we had a fight. Hmm, we will probably have you in our team, he said. Okay, what are you? What's your branch? And foil. Okay, let's do foil. And then, of course, I had a good fight there. We must have you in our team, he said. And then finally, I was in the team, and there was a competition in Wales. The capital of Wales is the Cardiff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
My university was also in Cardiff, but the competition was in another town in Wales, and countrywide, all the sportsmen, no age limit, no limits, from all ages and from all abilities. And in that competition, you know, in Wales, I became the third of Wales. It was fantastic, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was foreigner. I was just the only foreigner in that competition, and I became the third. But the more important thing is, just about 2 months later, there was a university competition in Bangor, in the north of Wales, and we went there with our, you know, sports team, and my wife also joined me there. And then it was three branches, and all universities in Wales. There was such a competition. What happened? Can you imagine? I became champion there in foil.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday and Sunday, 2 days were going to be played. The first day, Saturday, when I became, I had intention to fight, to play in both days, you know, Saturday and Sunday. But in the first day, when I became champion, I said, no, 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 okay, tomorrow I'm not going to play. It is enough for me. And then I became champion. The more important thing is, uh, 2 months before, when I became the third, I had a friend from my university. He became the champion, you know. In the university championship, he was playing, and final match was with him,
Mm-hmm.
and then I beat him, and then became champion,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm-hmm.
also I over recorded my, you know, ex record.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Understand?
Thank you. Perfect.
So, well, this is not hobby, but yeah, it was, you know, amateur, not
Yes,
professional.
yes, yes.
You know, fencing is amateur sport.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mustafa, I have one last
I
question for you. Sorry, sorry.
I am also, sorry.
Go on, please.
Yeah, I am also a referee and trainer as well. I
Mm-hmm.
have some certificates. There was a trainer from Germany, Walter Madel, who came to Turkey for 1 month, 2 weeks somewhere, and 2 weeks, and uh, I was the translator for him, and then I also joined to the as trainer. So I have also license to, you know, to train the
Mm-hmm.
fencers.
Mm-hmm.
When I was doing my postgraduate study in Britain, I gave lessons to different British uh, university students, you know. So all the people, university students, came to me. Come on, let's work together, let's train together. So it was good. So this is my a kind of hobby, but now I am. Can you imagine how old I am? I am 34 years old. 34 years old. Just 34. Of course, I don't count the nights,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so you can
Mm-hmm.
say double.
Yes, yes.
Well, as hobby, I like reading and discussing the philosophy books.
Mm-hmm.
Philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, this is important. I mean, uh, I am interested in the idea of creation. How old are you here?
42.
42.
Yes.
Where were you 43 years ago?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Where were you 43 years ago,
I don't
44
know.
years
Good
ago?
question. And yeah, it's a good question. Yes.
Yeah. So, in our philosophy meetings with my friends, we discuss this kind of things. Can you imagine? A human being is created by a tiny, invisible, in the sperm, just a very tiny thing, and such a excellent body.
Mm-hmm.
Not only the, well, we have such a tendency that we cannot appreciate, we do not appreciate the how important, how valuable a person, a human being is. A human being is. We have several machines, factories in our body, livers, our stomach, eyes, ear, throat, everything. They are all machines, machineries, factories. They
Mm-hmm.
are plants in one body. What is the starting point? Just one tiny thing, one small, tiny, invisible egg from the mother, and one tiny thing from sperm. And then we became such a excellent body.
Mm-hmm.
Not only the body, not only the plants, the machineries,
Mm-hmm.
but also we have minds, feelings, some, love,
Mm-hmm.
hate, some other things, intelligence, and they are not explained easily. So we discuss this kind of things. And if there is a, you know, this is a this is a universal matter, not only the Islam Muslim matter, but for the human being, wherever located, which country, it doesn't matter. Whatever the religion base was, it is not important because all the prophets have the same route, the same path. All the prophets. They said, for instance, they said, there is no God but Allah. All the prophets say. Almost they have the same declaration. And the second thing they said, well, I am the messenger to him. And this is the holy book, Bible, Tevrat, Zebur, and Holy Quran, etc. And the fourth, pay attention to your behaviors. There is a second life. This is not limited with this life, but when you die, there will be a second life, heaven or hell. And so, kind of, some kind of course, yeses and noses. So these are all the prophets, whatever the religion base is, but the whole messengers, the whole prophets have the same path, have the same declaration, have the same, the road, the path. So we are discussing about, can you imagine if there is a second life, if there is a heaven? We always, sometimes, not sometimes, but usually, we do not put it into importance. We sometimes, we do not pay attention. If there is a second life, if there is, if we, there will be a life after we die. So, in order to be in heaven, it is it is it cannot be compared with any wealth or in any whatever you have. So it is something different. So we have, in my spare time, I read this kind of philosophy books, a kind of interpretation of the Holy Quran, but it is logical,
Mm-hmm.
and then uh, proving in a positive manner, proving, and then with the examples and etc. So we discuss, we read the books, and we discuss among each other. So, and the second, my hobby is to go out, and I like, nature in the forest. I
Mm-hmm.
like walking in the forest and
Mm-hmm.
so on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is life,
Mm-hmm.
you.
I would like to wish you all the best. Thank you very much for an interesting interview.
Thank you very much. It was pleasure to talk you to see you after such a long time.
Yes.
So All the best to you as well. Thank you.
And we talked to Mustafa Koksal. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.